Please stand for the invocation and the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk,
Dear Lord, we come to you today grateful for all the things that you gifts that you bestow on us. We ask for your blessings and guidance and wisdom and discernment. We also ask for divine healing for those in our families that are hurting and are sick and are troubled. And all these things we ask in your name, in your Son's name, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
on the board is a consent agenda. Motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda, but I did want to ask you, Eric, you're down 3 right now, aren't you? We've already
We
approved
just
one.
had one start today, and then we have one February the 9th that'll start.
Okay, so these really are just replacing what you've lost.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make a motion we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Questions? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Thank you. In a different way today. Okay, on this table agenda item, I want to put this under advisement. We still don't know from our attorney about the details of this. So we're not going to act on it today.
We'll continue to take this on
It's under advisement. Now, this next item, yes.
Just out of curiosity, do you know why it's taking so long for your lawyer to?
I think I said the word lawyer.
Touche.
Sorry.
At some point, we may want to have a local attorney just for contractual obligations, because Travis is so busy that you can't get him to call back.
Well, and I think, Kevin, from the discussion we had on that, I mean, we're able to maybe discuss and change some of the wording on that contract, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's time sensitive. If we
Yeah,
do
I
that,
agree, we're in the third
I mean,
meeting.
it should
Yeah.
be just
Yeah.
addendum,
Yeah,
small, 2 minor changes. That's why we may want
Right.
to look into having a local attorney for contractual.
Okay, that item, we're still under advisement. This next item, we could act on this today. And I put, in front of you guys, I put the slide from last week with the dollar amounts on it. So, motion?
I make a motion, we do real estate tax turnover to the trustee. Oh,
Sure.
sorry, with the total of $2,553, sorry, $2,555.43.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, these are items that did not sell at the third tax sale. Yes.
Did we get a contract with the trustee, as stated last week?
We got a resignation from the trustee this morning, effective March 1st. So that's going to be a whole new situation. She did explain the structure, so we'll address that at that time with the new trustee.
So these are being turned over to the trustee that's resigning March 1st?
No, they've already been transferred. They've already been transferred. So we're,
I
That's
thought it was tabled last week.
As per state statute, the collector turned those over, because it tells her in the state statute that she has to turn those over to them. So we will have a contract with a new person, hopefully as soon as we can find one to take the place of her resigning.
Barb did explain the finances of this. She sells it for the tax amount, the properties. And of that, she gets 10% of that tax amount, whatever it is. If it's $200, she gets $20. And then she has to pay recording fees out of that. She has to do the deed transfer. So there's a lot of expenses in that. According to her, she breaks even most of the time, or less. So,
Sure, I mean, the point is just having that in writing.
right.
Yeah, with the new one, we need to
Yes.
have a contract. Now, you said 10%, is that state statute or is that our?
That's state.
I
State
didn't
statute
say that, I
says.
just said-
No, I think that is ours.
I don't
We
know.
need to find that out, because that's something in a contract that we could negotiate, but if it's state statute, we cannot.
Yeah, I thought state statute said
So,
that.
have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank
Harold,
you.
are you taking applications for that, or you guys have people in mind already? Just if
We do
have
not have
somebody send
anybody
them
in
your way?
mind. We just learned of it an hour ago.
Sure, so if we have somebody send them your way,
if
Please
there's
do.
a name we think, just go ahead and just send them your way.
Yes.
Okay.
We just got this morning, Mark, thanks for bringing it up, but might as well bring it up now, because I was gonna do that in correspondence. But, yes, if anybody has anybody in mind that knows a person, that trustworthy person to have as a trustee, please let us know.
Would that be something
We
a
can talk to
real
him.
estate agent may want to do on the side?
Most counties have an internal employee that does it,
Most counties use a collector to do it.
an employee of the collector's office.
I just said, I thought.
Yeah, an employee.
Is Barb open to help possibly
Yeah.
training this person with, okay, it'd be nice if she could kind of show them the works on there still.
Yeah, she said she'd offer help.
Good, okay.
It's a health reason she's retired. Okay. Did I get a vote on this?
Yes, I made a
Okay.
motion. Wait, well, I'm sorry, maybe I didn't, did I? Okay, I did, sorry.
So we have vote, this is done then.
Thank you, Linda.
Okay, now the general business.
We
We,
can get a vote on that?
Okay.
All right, sorry.
Okay.
General business.
okay. We need to approve the uniform, boot allowance, and uniform rental. And I think the big problem in this is that we may not have approved the rental the last time. Is that what the issue is?
I don't really know.
This is in the new policy that you guys passed, effective January 1st, that all departments have to set a uniform allowance that's approved by the commission. So each department
Why did we
has-
act on a week or two?
It has nothing to do with
No.
it.
That was
we-
just
it's
the
okay.
contract for uniform
Right.
rentals.
Yeah.
So per the personnel policy, each department has to seek approval from the commission for a uniform allowance if they want one for their
Okay.
employees. Doesn't have to be by employee, but by job title or however they choose, but that's what it says, that the commission has to approve a uniform allowance.
And we did approve cleaning one.
As the contract for the
That's
services.
for, right, laundry service, for mats, for uniform rental, there were multiple items, but that didn't.
And I believe it's a 4-year term? I think it's
Yes,
4 year, yeah.
4 years.
Okay. Motion to approve?
I'll make a motion, we approve the uniform allowance, boot allowance, and uniform rental for the assessor's office
From clean.
from Clean.
No.
No, it's not from Clean, it's just their,
It's just for the.
it's just their allowance that they get for each employee.
Could you include
Does
the
there have to be
amount
an
of the
amount?
allowance?
Does there have to be amount?
Yes.
Yeah, we have it. Right.
Well, there's 20 items on there.
Not for our office.
It's an amount of a uniform allowance by employee, so just like with Road and Bridge,
Okay.
they get $400 in outerwear
Okay.
per employee. So this is the same for other county departments because there's not a set uniform allowance.
Okay.
So it was recommended to do it by department since each department has different needs as far as uniform needs.
Right. Okay. So,
Do you do it per person
No.
or for the whole department? Per person
We
in that
recommended doing it
department?
by job title because a field appraiser would have different needs than, say, an administrative staff in the office.
Okay,
Same with
the
like the
field
sheriff's department.
appraisers, the bid was $200 for boots per year and $200 for uniforms. The commercial field was the same, and the field supervisors was also the same. They have the bids separately, so would you like,
So you could do it as, yeah, 200 per
200
boots for all employees, field,
for
all appraisers.
all the employees and the assessor per item listed, which is boots, uniforms, boots and
Yes.
uniforms, $200 a piece for all the titles. Is that sufficient? We're allowing 200 for boots, 200 for uniforms for all the different titles. If you just say so moved.
So moved.
There we go. We're all.
If you want.
second.
Second.
Question, yeah, Rich?
Why are there two suppliers shown here?
Those are the bids that we got.
Is it one or the other, or a combination of them to do the work?
Do you guys, and that's the thing, we're only doing the allowance, so the two bids are up there, so I guess, if I'm not
That
mistaken.
really doesn't apply.
It doesn't, no. So the $200 would be where you want to go. Of course, you want to save your money.
Yeah, our uniforms are with Clean.
Yes.
and
We're approving the low bid for
Yes.
the bids. I assume that's.
We'll be over, yeah, and that.
That was
shouldn't have
approved
been-
last
That was last
week.
week.
Yeah.
That shouldn't even be there. That messed everybody up.
Yeah, I just put that up.
Just the top part.
Actually, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
No. Now you have to approve the uniform allowances, boot allowances for the maintenance, and there,
Wait, that's another item.
what?
That's another agenda.
That's right. After
So
you-
now we're
after
talking
you
about the
approve this.
assessor.
Yes, we just made the motion and seconded it.
Okay. Any questions? All in favor of the assessor's approval, say aye.
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 And now here's the breakdown of what you approved last week for the maintenance. The 4 employees, uniforms, $948.64 per year. High-vis jackets, $218.40 per year. Boots, outerwear, $1,600 per year. So, do you want those separately or the total for those?
It should be a set amount per employee.
Then $2,767.04 per employee for those 3 listed items. $2,767.04
Per employee per year.
for those 4. That's what I assume that's what the bid you approved
That ought
last
to be
week.
divided by 4.
So divide that by 4.
Divide that by
Yes.
4.
That's total for,
That's total.
So
for
this
the
was
whole
total for the whole
for the
department.
4 employees. Somebody got a calculator?
That number divided by 4. Let's see, I get to my calculator first if I can open the phone up. Comes up to $691.76.
Hold on a second, divide that again because.
Did I do it wrong?
4 cents divided by 4 should end up being 1 cent.
Well, 2767.04 divided by 4. Anybody with another calculator? Maybe mine's not working.
Oh, okay. We'll go with that. Okay. What's the number? This is per.
What was the total amount?
276704. But that makes you break it down. So what's the total? What do you have total?
$691.76.
Yeah, that's right.
76 cents, that's correct. So that's
Google, it's Google, man. You know, if I had Bart here, Bart would have said, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
Motion.
Thank you.
So is that your motion to make that now?
I'll make a motion that we approve the uniform allowance for boot allowance and uniform rental. I'm sorry, the amount per employee for the maintenance department is $691.76.
I'll second that, but I wanted to ask Amber this. The other ones is 400 and this is 600.
Exactly.
So we got two different
700,
figures.
right.
Yeah.
And do they have to apply to you for like assessor and maintenance? Will they apply for this separately? And we just applied for 400, so 600's 200 and something over what we just approved.
I mean, the amount will be set by departments. I mean, that is up to you, but yes, I mean, you gotta also consider the outerwear allowance for Road and Bridge of 400 is in addition to their rentals.
Yep.
That they get through
Yes.
claim.
Well, not only this, I want to explain it, it's like Brian and them, a lot of times they're out in the snow where, I mean, even Eric's people are out in the snow and all, but I think Brian, I mean, you do a little extra compared to the work they do than Eric's,
This is why we suggested doing it by department, because each department.
which I think is
needs are gonna
smart.
be
If you
different.
do it by department, then you got a more correct figure per department, which is what we need to look at.
Is this yearly or for 4 years like the uniform?
Well, I think their contract was for 4 years, clean was, right?
That's two
This
different.
allowance will just be on an annual basis.
Okay, is that contract, does it stick with that amount for 4 years, or gonna go up?
This has nothing to do, I mean,
This-
yes, the
it had
uniform
nothing to do
rental
with
goes
contract.
through clean, but the
Yes.
amount that an employee gets doesn't matter who it's, I mean, cause they're gonna be buying boots through Craftwell and Dun
Right.
Right, or at Menards, or I don't know who sells boots. so.
This needs to be done on an annual approval, approval for each department.
Yes.
I have a second.
I'll second, but I mean, we're gonna have to up the $400 for that. Because didn't we approve it for 400?
You approved the assessor for 400.
Okay, so we're gonna approve his, I'll second that then for Brian, 691.76.
Okay, any questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, we need to officially eliminate the cook positions. Has the new service started?
Start February 1.
Okay, so is this effective February 1?
I assume so.
Okay, Summer's not here, so, okay. So effective February 1? Yes, Amber,
There are 4 cook positions at the jail.
it's, okay, but it's got.
There's
two of
only
them.
currently 2 employed, the other 2 are through tip services, but there's a head cook and then 3 cooks. So if you're eliminating the cook positions, it would be all 4.
Well, but it's on the agenda, so we don't want to violate the agenda. So we can do the others later.
If we're talking about service, we could,
Yeah, you can do, but you need a clarification anyway of the time. So approve the 2 and then we'll come back next week. That's still for the
Yeah.
February 1st.
Okay. Okay, motion.
I'll make a motion that we officially eliminate the 2 cook positions at the jail
Effective
February
February
1st.
1st.
effective February 1st.
And I'll get with Corey about exactly which ones and which ones are permanently being eliminated,
Okay.
and if there's any that we have to keep on. With what Amber was talking about, we have to keep on this, otherwise we should wipe out the positions if we don't have.
I think the confusion just was we only have 2 active
Right, active, that's
working.
right.
The other 2 have been open and they've been doing through.
And I'll get that
service.
clarified, and that can be
Service.
done next week.
Okay. Okay. When I do these, I have to go by the agenda. I can't violate that, so that's why it's like that. Motion, did I get second?
We did, seconded and,
Okay.
all in favor?
Other questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, next meeting is next week, right here. Correspondence.
Works made me
Other
talk.
comments? Departmental report, Sheriff.
First off, I want to mention, and I'm sure everybody's aware of it, just want to put it out there again. This weekend, looks like we may have some severe weather moving in. We're monitoring that with emergency management. Predictions can be anywhere from a dusting to 12 inches. So just be mindful of that. You know, groceries, fuel in your cars, keep your cell phones charged, that kind of stuff. Last week, we had 3 deputies attend Midwest Counter Drug Training Center. They did rural patrol response to street drugs. It's a free training. We just have to pay for their time. Our inmate population is at 126. It's 102 males, 24 female. That's increased over 4 from last week. Our calls for service went up 24. There stands at 833 for the year, and last week was 347 calls. That's all I have to report.
Questions for the sheriff? Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Road and Bridge.
I got a call Saturday for a snow removal. I guess it was, we had to respond to the northern end of the county. We had a section, I guess, of snow blow through, got pretty slick on us from, I guess, Dollar Store off Berry Road, cleaned up to, I guess, Y, pretty slick in that area. 67 was shut down. We sent a truck out to respond. They actually had 67 traffic detoured on Berry Road, so we was able to respond to that to get the roads opened back up. Didn't last long. But it was just one of the things that kind of a freak little thing that came across, just like probably a 1/10 of a mile or 3/4 of a mile came through there and got things slicked up pretty good, but we got it all taken care of. We met with MoDOT again on our priority list, on the mapping of our St. Francis County roadways. We'll meet again in March 26 to finalize the signatures with the commissioners and sign up on our new maps. We coming in with that. We placed 8.5, we had an accident over on Buck Mountain Road where we had a head wall knocked off. We had to go over and put an 8.5 piece of steel to repair it because it came out into the road, damaged it, and had to put back blacktop to repair that road surface that they had damaged. We hauled 129 tons of inch minus on county line and graded it. Placed 29 tons of asphalt on West Road. We're continually working on widening of Old Fredericktown Road, ditching and pulling, dirt hauling off. We placed 136 tons last week. Been hauled into Old Fredericktown. Crew's been out pothole patching, trying to get everything patched up around the county. We've been working on Worley Road, Turley, Hunter's Ridge, Old Fredericktown, Flatwoods, Canterbury, Chafin. Crew's also been trimming trees and cleaning up on Wesley Chapel. Hauled off several tandem loads and brush on that route. We cut and cleaned up some cedar trees over on Rosner Road. We put some, I guess it was temporary mailboxes back up on that project we had up on the Berry Road Bridge. You got them installed back to the property owner. Sign work, we did a turn left and turn right signal with a post up Gillespie. We had done name and post entering St. Francis County and Oak to Death. Winding road left, winding road right and post and a delineator on Hazel Run. Stop sign at Bray Road, replaced flashing yellow light on House Road. Installed 2 new delineators on Buck Mountain. Replaced post and sign on Noblick Road in Old Fredericktown at the intersection. County maintenance begins on Halter Road, reverse turn left and post on Saffel. The Christian crews picked up another 350 pounds of trash between Wortham Road and Harmon. That was another 80 pounds. Between Old Fredericktown Road and Feeser, another 140 pounds of trash. Another 60 on Wortham Road.
Questions for Road and Bridge? You've been busy.
Yeah. The only thing, like I say, along with Christ, he had mentioned earlier, from what I'm seeing, we ain't really got estimates of what it's gonna be. We'll probably get something Saturday. Like I say, it ranges, we've seen different models, what it's gonna be, but like I say, just everybody be.
How many trucks can you prepare to get inside?
I think 7.
Okay.
We'll have 7 trucks. We'll have them loaded up and ready to go.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Brian. The wreck on Buck Mountain, do you have a date on it? Where
Yeah, we got.
whoever hits it,
we
where
got
they
it.
can file an accident?
So we can
report?
turn it back in, yeah.
Okay.
Do you know who hit it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got the police report.
Good.
Okay. Questions?
Harold, I got a couple things. One, with the county, we continue to talk to, tonight we're at Leadwood, or no, Leadington, and then Thursday we're at the health department, but state things, the 2 things that may or may not affect us, if you've been seeing on the internet, the sexual predator unit, they're talking about closing the one in Fulton because they can't get workers and bringing it here. I'm not saying that we should be against it, because if it involved hundreds of workers and if they closed the mental health center, it would be nice to have that backfilled with a lot of those workers. But you have to look at that. That's Sorts.
Is this Sorts?
This is Sorts. Sorts is after they've done their commitment at the penitentiary, and that they civilly are committed to that center. Over the last 30 years, or however long it's been there, I think they've released 4 people on probationary release. They've already done their time in prison. Some of them go back to their original place, but people think that they're out in the community. Those are our own problems that are walking around the community, not the Sorts people for the vast majority. So the question is, if they decide not to do it, or if they do it, one of the challenges is if they take the mental health center, they will have to surround it by fencing, prison type fencing, which is not really the best entry to town, is having that fenced off in the Danny Staples building there. The other thing from the state, in the State of the State last week, was we talked about this, converting sales tax instead of income tax. 65% of our income comes from income tax.
Income tax?
Income tax. And so if we get rid of the income tax, the estimate that sales tax would have to be around 12.75% for the state. Adding to the local taxes, it would be just under 20% sales tax. So that's going to be on the ballot. And the ballot language, as I read it right now, doesn't say what they're gonna raise it, they're just gonna say, shall they convert it from income tax to sales tax? And trust us on the numbers. And that's gonna be a good, interesting push to the people to say, well, you're not gonna tell us what it will be? No. And so, but it's gonna take the place of it, so that's gonna be interesting. So, anyway, there's several issues on elections and stuff, but unfortunately, I'm gonna go over to Jeff City more than I probably have in the past to try to stay up on some of them, because some of them directly affect us. Getting rid of the personal property tax directly affects us. So we're gonna try to testify and lobby with, so if you have opinions on some of these things that need to be said, let me know, and I'll try to get over there as much as I can. I know the elections, we've got a bill where we'd like to drop the 2 weeks no excuse balloting and go to 4 weeks rather than 6 weeks, where you got 4 weeks that you gotta lie and say, I don't know if I'll be there or not. So we're trying to get that worked out, because the number of people voting quadruples the day that you don't have to give them an excuse. And if they're registered to vote, I don't know why we should be let them vote. But, so that's, we're gonna be talking to people on that too.
Okay, any other departmental reports?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.